everyone. Welcome back to English Speaking Practice. I'm Emma, and today we're diving into why hotel English is crucial for travelers.
Hi, Emma. This is David. Thinking back to my first trip abroad, I was clueless. I handed over my passport and hoped for the best.
Haha, that's a common experience. Many find themselves in that situation, right? Mastering hotel English can really ease that anxiety.
Absolutely. According to a recent survey, 65% of travelers face language barriers at check-in. It's a huge, yet often overlooked, part of travel prep.
That makes sense. But what if someone argues that learning hotel English isn't essential because most staff speak multiple languages?
Well, that's partially true, Emma. However, in some regions, English isn't as widespread. Knowing key phrases can still make a big difference.
Exactly. Plus, it shows respect for the local culture. So, David, what do you think are the future trends for English learning in travel?
With AI translation apps improving, many might rely on tech. Yet, I believe the personal touch of speaking directly will always be valued.
I agree. There's something special about connecting through language. Shall we move on to some essential vocabulary?
Sure thing, Emma. Let's equip our listeners with the words they need to navigate their next hotel stay with ease.
All right, let's jump into some key vocabulary. First up is reservation. It's when you've booked your room in advance. Simple enough, right?
Absolutely. And check-in is another vital term. It's the process of arriving and registering at the hotel. It sets the tone for your stay.
Interesting point, David. What about reception? It's often called the front desk too, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. It's the place where you interact with hotel staff. For example, I once asked the receptionist about local dining options.
Great anecdote. But some argue that with online check-ins, these terms might become obsolete. What's your take on that?
I think traditional methods won't disappear entirely. Personal interactions at reception offer a unique touch that technology can't replace.
I agree. It's about balancing convenience and personal connection. What's your prediction for hotel vocabulary in the future?
We'll likely see expanded vocabularies as hotels offer more tech-driven services. But the basics will remain foundational.
Absolutely. Keeping up with new terms is crucial. Ready to practice some useful sentences?
Let's do it, Emma. These phrases will surely boost our listeners' confidence when they're checking in or out.
All right, listeners, let's practice. First, say, I have a reservation. This is your go-to phrase when arriving at a hotel.
Great start. Now try. I'd like to check in. It's a straightforward way to express your intention to begin your stay.
Exactly, David. Now, imagine needing to verify your identity. You might hear, "Can I see your passport, please?"
Right. And a common question is, what time is checkout? Knowing this helps you plan your departure without surprises.
Perfect. Now, for checking out, you'd say, "I'd like to check out, please." It's polite and direct.
These sentences are essential, Emma. Though some might argue memorizing phrases isn't helpful, I believe it's a confidence booster.
Agreed. Memorizing gives a foundation to build on. What's your forward-looking insight on language practice, David?
I believe immersive experiences, like role-playing, will become key. They offer practical context for these phrases.
That's a great point. Speaking of role-playing, shall we demonstrate a check-in scenario next?
Definitely, Emma. Let's bring these sentences to life for our listeners.
All right, let's role-play a check-in. I'll be the guest. Hello, I have a reservation.
Welcome. Can I see your passport, please? This is typically the first request at the front desk.
Sure, here you are. It's always good to have your passport handy during check-in.
Thank you. Your room number is 305. Here's your key card. Now, listeners, imagine yourself in this scenario.
Great. Thank you very much. Having these interactions practiced can ease any nervousness.
Exactly. However, some argue role-playing can feel artificial, but I think it's an invaluable tool for language acquisition.
I agree. It prepares you for real-life situations. David, how do you see role-playing evolving in language learning?
I see it becoming more interactive with virtual reality, offering even more immersive experiences.
That sounds exciting. Should we move on to checking out scenarios next?
Great idea, Emma. Let's help our listeners master both ends of their hotel stay.
All right. Let's try a checkout roleplay. I'll be the guest again. Good morning. I'd like to check out, please.
Good morning. Did you use anything from the minibar? This question helps finalize your bill.
No, I didn't. Always double-check your bill to avoid surprises.
Okay, your total is 120. It's important to understand the charges before paying.
Here's my credit card. Having payment ready speeds up the process.
Thank you. Have a safe trip. While some might think checkout is trivial, it's essential for a smooth exit.
Indeed. What about the future? How do you think checkout processes will change, David?
Automation will likely play a role, with more hotels offering express checkouts. But personal interactions will still matter.
That makes sense. Shall we wrap up with some tips and fun facts?
Sounds perfect, Emma. Let's leave our listeners with some memorable insights.
All right, here's a tip. Always ask, what time is checkout? To avoid extra charges for late departures.
Good advice, Emma. And here's a fun fact. Did you know the oldest hotel in the world is in Japan? It's been open for over 300 years.
Wow, that's incredible! Imagine the stories those walls could tell. But some might argue these facts are just trivia. What do you think?
True, but trivia can spark curiosity and encourage deeper exploration into different cultures and histories.
I totally agree. Looking ahead, how do you see the role of cultural insights in language learning?
I think they'll become even more integral, connecting language skills with cultural understanding to enrich communication.
That's a great perspective. Thank you, David, and thanks to our listeners for joining us on this journey.
Yes, it's been a pleasure. Remember, practice every day and you'll master hotel English in no time.
All right, that's all for this episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone. Until next time, keep exploring and learning. Bye for now.